Right now, I am 26, which means when the TV show The Walking Dead on AMC premiered, I was 11. And we grew up without cable, so I never saw it. Yet I heard everyone talking about it, and now it's amazing. And now it's like a zombie show, but of course they don't call zombies here, they call them walkers. And I finally just saw the very first episode, and it's called Days Gone By. It premiered October 31st, 2010. Yes, Halloween 2010 it came out. And I only know and have known some things about this series. It lasted 11 seasons. I know the governor character is a big villain of some seasons. I think seasons 3 and 4. I think I'm going to like that character. And I know how the show seemingly goes downhill right after season 1. When I was growing up, people were talking about this when I was in middle school. Like, it was so good, yada, yada, yada. Yet, after season 1 it went downhill, they were still praising it. Anyway, um, before this, I haven't seen any trailers for this show. I haven't seen any episodes beforehand. I have played Telltale's Walking Dead seasons 1 and 2. I already knew that was nothing like the TV show, at least when it came to the characters you were following, or at least I'm pretty sure. Maybe it'll change. Uh, so I didn't know how this whole TV show series, this whole universe opened up. I actually thought the show opened up originally with the main character coming out from his coma and walking into this new world with all the viewers. But then I later thought opened up with a car crash takedown and then the main character named Rick Grimes getting shot and going into a coma. But actually opened up. Now there's different. Maybe there's a different type of episode 1 here that I saw, but when I watched it, opened up with him trying to get gas for his car, and a little girl is there too. But it turns out she's a zombie and he shoots her in the head, and my first little worry was the blood CGI looked so fake. It was the worst in the whole episode, but that was just the very start before the title screen. Anyway, there wasn't much else besides Rick Grimes' character in this show. I'm just saying this right now. All the other characters that basically are the main cast were just in one scene. I knew going in most people hated the character Lori, but I was ready to like her and all the other characters. But well, her scene was that time in the episode where I literally yawned in shocked, or I looked at the how much runtime was left in the episode. It was almost an hour in. I think it was like 57 minutes, 54 minutes, and I became bored when she was the focus. So maybe everyone is right in the Walking Dead community to not like the character, because that's what changed. The first time I knew of Jon Bernthal was him playing the Punisher in Daredevil season 2, and of course he still does. He's in the new Spider-Man movie, or he will be. Uh, that was good. I was very happy. I like him as an actor now, or I always did, but you get it. There was a ton of time. This episode was pure silence, no dialogue, no music, just amazing visual storytelling. Definitely more of an adult show, not because of blood or language, but I'm pretty sure little kids just wouldn't care for this type of TV show with its pacing. I didn't look at the runtime again until I was like 54 minutes in, but when I actually started the episode, I didn't look at the runtime at all, so I didn't know that it was an hour and 15 minutes premiere. Also, I never heard the closing song before watching this, so yay, and I have another song in my playlist. Also, when Rick Grimes went to that house to borrow some gas, and he sees the couple who committed suicide, and there's flies around them. That was crazy. I also, so apparently, if there was a real zombie apocalypse like this, or sorry, a walker invasion like this. Oh yeah, and it's never explained the virus; it just showed up randomly. I'm pretty sure that changes in the finale of season 1, maybe. Anyway, but apparently, if this was a real thing, flies would have eaten all the walkers' insides, and it would end in 6 months. So, and of course, in this show or universe, if a person dies and they're not shot in the head, in the brain, they come back as a walker. Anyway, also, when he's at that house and he was looking at the horse, for some reason, I thought he was going to eat the horse. I don't know why. Of course, the horse actually does become eaten in the end of the episode. The scariest part of this episode for me. Oh, really fast. Yes, I've heard season 1 is the only time the show was more of a horror show than an adventure show or something like that. And yeah, I'll believe them. I believe that, but because this was kind of there was some horror moments that being 26 and a half, they did kind of shock me. The scariest part for me was when he was in the stairway at the hospital after waking up, and he just had a match for light, and it kept going out quickly. I thought they were going to do a jump scare. It wasn't a jump scare in this episode, at least not for me. Maybe some people will be freaked out on some stuff. Also, how did he walk around that hospital without shoes or socks and not cutting open his foot? Anyway, I also knew about the don't open dead inside. That was kind of funny looking at it because, now I look at that as more of a joke. You write it on like a random wall or something or door. Uh, Also, again, I don't know if this is an episode, but the reason I think Rick Grimes was in a coma for 1 month, right? Again, that's not. I'm pretty sure that wasn't listed specifically in this episode how long he had been in a coma, but I'm pretty sure that I saw that there was a doctor helping patients survive in a coma. So it makes sense how he's still alive, even though no one was feeding him or anything. Or, right now it's kind of left ambiguous how he survived or how long he was even in a coma. Anyway, specifically, this does feel more like a horror show than anything else, and I love that. I also like the quote that season 1 had the view that every walker had a unique story. But then, of course, in future seasons, the walkers are more like cannon fodder. And speaking about the unique stories, the zombie in the end with Rick Grimes when he's hiding out in the tank in Atlanta, played by Sam Wither, he was supposed to have his own solo episode in season 2 explaining how the breakdown of Atlanta in the Walker apocalypse happened. But the man who made season 1 of the show, Frank Darabont, never returned to it, so it's a canceled episode. And yeah, I agree that it probably would have been a way better show. Probably would have ended a lot sooner, but been hands down 10 out of 10 perfect if AMC just let him have his money or keep his budget, whatever happened there, and continue this series his way instead of him leaving. Also, I'm going to assume that at the time this episode premiered, Walker in the tank coming alive was something of a little jump scare for the audience, maybe. Again, I have no idea anything else about the show, so the guy talking to Rick Grimes in the tank, I don't know, is like a hero, an ally, or a villain and an enemy. There was a specific walker lady with her bottom half gone, and she was just crawling through a park. That looked amazing. I wonder if it was a puppet, an animatronic, or just special effects. The world building was good, even though I think Rick Grimes got the situation he was in understood a little bit too quickly. Anyway, I think if I was in his position, I would need some more things explained to me about this Walker apocalypse I'm in. But I guess it's because he's a sheriff or something. I did like how he actually went back to the police precinct he worked at and helped people get more ammunition and take a shower and eat, etc. I like the family he was with, the father and the son he ends up there at the start, and how cautious they were about if he was bitten or not. I also like that moment that was almost complete silence where the dad is trying to snipe his wife, who's a walker now, and he just can't bring himself to do it. So those are all my quick thoughts. I thought making this video would just be a little bit fun flashback to past where people, first time watching a series that everyone knows about, and I legitimately have never seen it before. So maybe I'll make another little video like this after I watch all of season 1, which is only 6 episodes. But anyway, thank you for watching and have a good one.